That was Chief Economist with the IMF, Pierre Olivier there. Well, let's speak with financial analyst and management consultant, Tachie-Djan, who joins us for more on this. I just need to point out that the IMF's growth target for Ghana, revised growth target, is pegged at 3.6%. And now we had the finance minister earlier this week revised our growth target as well from 5.8% to 3.7%. I want to ask you, first of all, Christian, and welcome to the marketplace, your first time on the show. How realistic is this revised growth target for Ghana?
Thank you very much, Daryl, for having me on your program. For me, we are all very much aware of happenings across the globe, and we've had a number of economic targets being reviewed, and even in the strongest of economies like the USA and the Eurozone. Globally, the IMF is expecting the world economy to grow only by about 3.2% in terms of GDP from the earlier projection in 2021 of 6.1, which is just about 50% downward revision. With the Sub-Saharan Africa, it is expected to grow its GDP by about 3.8%, and it came as no surprise with the government reviewing Ghana's GDP growth from the expected 5.8 to the current projection of about 3.7. On the side of inflation, it is also expected to reduce from the June figure of 29.8% to 28.5%, which is very marginal from the 8% target government had set earlier. And for me, this will not really do that much in affecting the livelihood of Ghanaians. I would say there is, however, an upbeat with the government expected to improve on its fiscal deficit. And I'm suspecting this is coming from the backdrop of the improved revenue generation, as well as the imminent intervention from the IMF. So, Daryl, in all of these, if you want to baseline and benchmark these figures, I'm of the strong belief that these targets are actually achievable.
And on what basis, again, I need to ask you, do you think this is achievable? Looking at the mid-year review, the presentation by the finance minister, do you see that they are investing in the right areas of the economy to meet this target?
Yes, government has set out certain strategies to improve upon its income generation, and for me those strategies are workable, and with the imminent intervention from the IMF that is having the effects to show up what our city is doing, I'm sure they should be able to achieve it comfortably, because for me some of these fundamentals are dependent on the how our interest rates are and how our FX in terms of our cities performing against the major currencies, including the USD. So once we have a buffer that is coming from the IMF, I'm sure it will make our cities stabilize, and we can kick on from there to improve upon the other fundamentals.
Well, the submission from the IMF chief economist makes mention of the global economic slowdown. So it's not just Ghana in this, it's a global problem. And the IMF raises an important warning that the crisis we are seeing across the globe, the impact is going to be felt by emerging economies like Ghana. So how do we navigate those external factors?
There are a number of sectors that I would say government hasn't really looked at it. If you look at the import base of the country, is quite small. I'm sure the 1D1F project that the government started, from now we should be seeing some response in terms of impact that is coming from there. There is also the non-traditional exports, including the cashew, which I believe last year did better than the previous years. And government has set out certain strategies that is going to improve upon its production and the consequent trade. So I'm upbeat with those strategies being put in place, coupled with the income generation mechanisms that the government is actually putting in place. Yeah, they should be pretty achievable.
Christian Tachie-Djan, great to speak with you for the first time on the marketplace. Hope to speak with you another time. Thanks for your thoughts this afternoon. Well.